You see your cat every single day, right? But their behavior, it can feel like a total mystery. Are they just being aloof? Or maybe, are we just not listening in the right way? It turns out they've been trying to talk to us for thousands of years. We just haven't had the translation guide. Well, until now. All right, so let's get right into it. To really get what our cats are saying today, we've got to go back and understand this one fundamental thing that makes them so different from pretty much every other animal we've domesticated. And this is where it gets really, really interesting. Think about dogs, right? Their ancestors were wolves. They lived and hunted in social packs, so they needed this super complex, up-close and personal social language. But cats? Totally different story. Their ancestor was the African wildcat, a solitary hunter. Its main goal was to communicate from a distance, mostly using scent to just say, hey, I was here, let's not bump into each other. Their entire evolutionary toolkit was built for avoiding others, not for a whole lot of social chit-chat. And that right there, that solitary legacy, it is the absolute key to this whole puzzle. It set them on a completely different path when they eventually decided, you know what? I think I'll move in with these humans. So if you look at how this all played out over time, for thousands of years, this lone hunter starts hanging around us. And this creates a really fascinating problem, doesn't it? How does an animal that's literally hardwired for being alone learn to deal with a super crowded social world full of humans and other cats? Well, it had to basically invent a whole new language from the ground up. So, how in the world did they pull that off? Let's break it down. We're gonna dive into the 3 secret channels that cats use to talk. Channels that for us humans are often either totally invisible or just completely misunderstood. Okay, first up, and this is probably the most important one for a cat, is the language of scent. To them, the world is just this constant stream of chemical information. It's like a rich, detailed story being told all around them. A story that we are completely blind to. And they've got this secret weapon, a hidden sensory tool we just don't have. It's called the vomeronasal organ, or VNO for short. It's up in the roof of their mouth, and it's basically a second nose. It lets them literally taste a smell. This gives them a super deep analysis of who was there, what their deal was, and what they were up to. And here's how they use it. You've definitely seen your cat do this, right? They make that kind of funny face, like a little grimace or a weird open-mouthed stare. That's called the phlegm response. What they're actually doing is pulling those scent molecules up into their VNO to get the full scoop. It's their #1 invisible way of talking. But their second channel, well, that one's a lot more visible, as long as you know what you're looking for. So, remember, they come from that solitary background where avoiding a fight was everything. Because of that, cats develop these really simple but super clear visual signals to show what they intended to do from way across the yard. They're not complicated, but man, are they precise. One of the biggest ones you'll see is the classic tail up greeting. This is something they hold on to from when they were kittens. It's how they'd greet their mom. So when they do it as adults, it's this really friendly, peaceful invitation. It's their way of saying, hey, I'm friendly, all good here. Then there's the slow blink. This one is huge. See, in the animal kingdom, a direct, hard stare is basically a challenge. It's a threat. So the slow blink, that's a cat's way of breaking that tension, of showing they have no hostile intentions. It's a massive sign of trust and relaxation. And the coolest part, you can actually do it back to them. It's like having a silent little conversation of trust. But okay, the most fascinating adaptation of all is the one we hear every single day. And it's got this incredible secret that is going to completely change how you think about the meow. I mean, for centuries, we've all been trying to figure out what a meow means. But way back in the 18th century, this guy, Abbe Galiani, he noticed something really weird. He had 2 cats, and they never meowed at each other. They only ever meowed at him. And here's the kicker. Modern science totally confirms what he saw. Adult wild cats, they don't meow. And our domestic cats, they almost never meow at each other. So what does that mean? The meow is a vocal tool that cats have developed pretty much exclusively to talk to us, to humans. Just let that sink in for a second. The meow isn't their natural language as adults. It's basically a second language they learned just for us. It's like they're code switching. And often, that sound hits the same frequency as a human baby's cry, which is a genius way to guarantee you'll get our attention, our care, and, yeah, our food. When you really understand this, that cats have been actively developing ways to communicate with us, it just completely reframes the whole relationship, doesn't it?
They're not these aloof, distant creatures at all. They are incredibly adaptable communicators who have spent thousands of years trying to bridge the gap between our species. They're sending out these super clear messages all the time, through scent, through their body language, and through this special voice they invented just for us.
So you see, the problem was never that our cats weren't talking. The problem was that we didn't speak the language. But now that we have the keys, now that we can see these hidden signals, that conversation can finally go both ways.
It just completely changes how we see an animal we thought we knew so well. And it leaves us with this one really fascinating question. Now that you know how to listen, what is your cat going to tell you next?